Hey everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review, and today's review is in association with JediInsider.com, your #1 news source for everything Star Wars. And today we're taking a look at the new Star Wars The Black Series Boba Fett figure, the 6-inch one that comes in Wave 2. Now, I'm going to keep this review pretty short and simple because basically if you own the Black Series Boba Fett San Diego Comic-Con from this past summer, or you've seen reviews of that, then basically it's the exact same figure. The only difference is really the packaging and that you don't get the Han Solo and carbon freeze. So real quick here, the packaging, just like with all the regular Black Series figures, comes in box with basically a black box with the Star Wars The Black Series logo up at the top. There's a medallion image of the character Boba Fett in the top right corner. You've got the orange highlights in the background, recreating like the Death Star lights. And then at the bottom, you've got the name Boba Fett, and this is number 6 in the series. And then the figure is clearly displayed in the window packaging, so you can see the figure and all the accessories that come with it. On the back of the packaging, we get the little bio for Boba Fett. The notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett prepares to deliver the carbonite frozen Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. He's no good to me dead. Then underneath that you have a little scene with the character from Empire Strikes Back on Cloud City, and then underneath that you have some legalese, and again you have the orange light border on the side. So again, basic packaging, generic, pretty much the same for every figure with just some minor differences, but you get to clearly see the figure in the box before purchasing, so you can check it for any kind of errors or anything like that before you buy it. So let's get her open and take a look at the figure inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Now, as I said before, this figure is the exact same figure that was sold as the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive this year. The only difference is the packaging, and with the San Diego Comic-Con version you also got the Han Solo and carbonite block. With this one you just get the figure and his weapon accessories and the jetpack. But the figure itself, as well as those weapon accessories for him, are exactly the same as what you got with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So just real quick, you get his rifle, which has some nice detailing on it, scratch marks on the barrel and everything, and then you've got this design on the back of it. So some very nice detailing with that. Then you get his blaster gun, which is just a basic brown and silver, not a lot of shading or detail on it. I don't think he ever actually pulled this gun in the movie. I think it was always just in his holster, and it fits in the working holster just like with the San Diego Comic-Con version. And then he comes with the backpack, which is detachable, just fits in a peg hole on his back. Again, some nice scratching detail on the paint job and everything. But basically pretty simple. And then the figure itself, he's got the cloth cape, which hangs over his shoulder. He's got the Mandalorian symbol on his left shoulder pad. He's got a lot of scratching details all throughout the armor and everything to show wear and tear. He's got the Wookiee scalps on his shoulder, or Wookiee manes, whatever they are, on his shoulder. He's got the little aimer thing, which does not move. It's not articulated in any way. It's basically soft plastic. His jetpack, as I said, was removable. The missile, however, is not. He's got the details on his wrist, the flamethrower, and the laser cannon, or whatever the weapons on his wrist were. And he's got some like nice control panels on his wrist for nice added detail. He's got the symbol on his chest, and then like little red marking as well, I guess to like indicate rank or something from the Mandalorian army that he stole the armor from. He's got the sculpted belt, which is not removable, with the working holster. And so again, basically, and the paint job is exactly the same, just like everything else about this figure. It's exactly the same as what you got with the San Diego Comic-Con version. There's really no variation at all. Okay, so the figure itself stands about at right around 6 inches tall. Now if you count the little aim finder, the figure stands at about 6.5 inches tall. So he's in good scale. Here he is next to the Black Series Han Solo figure. You'll see he's a little bit taller than Han Solo, by just a little bit. So nice scale size there. Okay, so real quick we'll take a look at the articulation on this figure. He's got the ball hinge joint for the head, so he can look down, up, left, and right. So he's got good movement there. Standard ball hinge joints at the shoulders. He's got the swivel jointed elbows, so he's got some pretty good movement there. And then he's got the swivel hinge wrists on both sides. No ab crunch of any kind, but since he's wearing armor, that's pretty realistic. He does have a swivel at the waist. Ball hinge joints, or ball joints at the legs are attached with ball joints. Now he can't really put his legs back at all with the way it's sculpted, and because of his belts, the way the pouches on his belt stick down, he can't really put his leg very forward either. So his leg movement is somewhat limited. He can do the splits pretty well. The holster on the side really doesn't, because it's soft leather, doesn't really, or soft plastic, doesn't really prohibit him from doing the splits. He's got the double jointed knees, and the joints kind of hidden by the knee pads, which is nice. He's got the swivel at the thigh, and then he's got the ankle pivots and 2 peg holes. So overall, good articulation on this figure. Now one thing I want to note that I kind of don't like about this figure, and I guess there's really no way around it to be accurate, but I don't like how the way the rifle sticks out in the back. Basically, it kind of prohibits him. I mean, it's a soft plastic, so the rifle will bend, but it can look kind of funny when you try and get it in some poses. Basically, you end up like where the rifle is bending, which can look kind of funny depending on the angle you're looking at it. It's not major, and like I said, I don't really know of any way around it with the way the actual rifle's designed, but just something that's kind of a minor annoyance about the figure, about the accessory, really in particular. Overall, this is a very cool figure. I mean, obviously Boba Fett's one of the most popular characters in the Star Wars universe, so I'm sure everybody's going to want to get this character if they don't already. Now, if you pick this up as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive and you opened it, then you don't really have much need to pick up this version, because again, the figure is exactly the same. Now, if you bought just one San Diego Comic-Con and you left it in the packaging, then you might want to pick this one up so you can open it. But again, the figures are exactly the same. So if you essentially already have the Boba Fett figure from San Diego, and you've opened it and you have it out on display and everything, then you don't really need another one unless you're just a completist and you want to have all the figures. But again, the figures themselves are exactly the same. There's no variation in the actual figures. The only difference comes with the packaging, and then you get the extra Han Solo and Carbonite with the San Diego Comic-Con version. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll check you later.